Hi. So I haven't made a video on maladaptive daydreaming in a long time. What is maladaptive daydreaming, for those who don't know, is excessive daydreaming for hours a day to the point where it interferes with your daily life. One reason that I'm making the video today is that yesterday Prof Eli Somer, who is the man who coined the term maladaptive daydreaming, is doing a study. And he needs participants who have or believe they have maladaptive daydreaming to complete a survey, to do a Skype or an online interview. Hopefully, if they can, have someone who doesn't have maladaptive daydreaming answer the same questions, that is the same age, from the same country possibly, answer the questions. And they would try and figure out anonymously which one of the people have maladaptive daydreaming. And so if you can do that, that would be amazing. I'm going to link his video in the description so that you can find out more about it. And you can, he gives his email so that you can contact him. So now I'm going to proceed with the questions. Can maladaptive daydreaming happen at any age? And I'm going to answer this question through Professor Eli Somer. He says, I believe that to be able to daydream vividly, fancifully, and with an intense sense of presence, one needs to possess an innate capacity to do so. Most people would have discovered this capacity during their childhoods or adolescence. The maladaptive form could appear in adulthood, for example, if the individual's fantasy life has been vivid and under control for years, but later control over this gratifying mental activity was lost. Much like drinking that can be enjoyable, social, and under control, but also develop into an addiction later in life. Second question, what are the remedies? Actually, I have done a video. It was kind of crappily done on my part, but I did it with Katie Morton, who is a therapist, and she answered questions about how to deal with maladaptive daydreaming, whether it be therapy, whether it be medication, or any kinds of things like that. So I'm going to link that and possibly link it here or something, or in the description, and you can check that out. Now, I got another series of questions from someone in an email, and I think that they were very good questions, so I'm going to answer those. First one, well, technically now it's the third, but the first of this series. Is it something you imagine yourself doing while by yourself in a quiet environment, or could it possibly happen in a more busy environment, like say in a cafe or a school? I would say that it's easier to imagine ourselves into a different reality, at least for my part, when I was alone and able to shut myself off from the world. Something's ringing. Able to shut myself off and just be able to daydream the way that I pleased. So it was sort of something that I wanted to retreat to be able to do so that I could daydream however I wanted. However, it can happen in any circumstances, anywhere. So I could even be driving down the road or walking down the road, and I would be completely distracted by my daydreams. I would be pretty much gone in my head, and when I would get somewhere and be like, how did I get here? I don't remember from A and B and whatever. So it was dangerous, and it was also very much interfering with my life, because I could be having a conversation with someone and I wasn't really listening. I was gone. There wasn't much that could happen or be distracting enough to keep me from falling into a daydream. Next question is, when you were daydreaming, would you sometimes speak to yourself, or was everything completely in your head? And I would say that that depends, really. It depends on if I was alone, if I was able to daydream freely. If I was alone, I would sometimes, yes, speak out loud, and sometimes reenact what I was doing. I would move around and act things out as if I were reenacting the story that was actually happening in my head. But that was really only if I was alone. Do you find yourself falling asleep due to the relaxing state of mind? Or would you be moving around reenacting the motions of your avatar? Every night I would daydream before falling asleep for as long as it would take before I would get too tired, and was even too tired to continue to daydream, and then I would drift off to sleep. While lying in bed trying to sleep, I wasn't acting things out. I was just in my head reenacting the scenarios. I would sometimes have favorite scenarios that I would reenact in my head that were kind of like TV reruns that I especially liked. So that's it to the questions, but more information that I know about it is that maladaptive daydreaming is a form of dissociation, often caused by abuse of some sort, not necessarily sexual, but just abuse and anything that we would really want to retrieve into an alternate reality, so to speak. And it's sometimes not necessarily caused by abuse at all. It can just be from someone that is very shy, socially restricted, and doesn't really have friends or know how to make friends, and so they kind of slip into another reality where they do have friends and they do have the life that they wish that they had. And it's a lot for it does happen a lot for people who are shy. People will often daydream themselves into this alternate world as the kind of person that they wish they were, with qualities that they wish they had, or even some kind of super powers or abilities. Maybe they're a sheriff or they're some kind of pivotal role. They may use characters from television. They may use characters, use people in their lives that they care about, or just invent people altogether, have characters that they've never even seen before but just made up in their minds. Some people with maladaptive daydreaming really don't want to stop. They really like what they're doing, while other people are kind of tormented by it, and they see how it's disrupting their lives, and they are unable to stop. They don't know how to stop. As much as they wish they could, they can't. And so it's something that often we need help with, which is one thing that you can check out the video that I will be linking in the description from an interview I did with Katie Morton on how to avoid or how to stop maladaptive daydreaming. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Maybe I will answer, maybe I'll find someone else who can answer if I don't know the answer. Spread the word about Professor Eli Somer's video. If you are a maladaptive daydreamer and you feel this is important, or even if you aren't a maladaptive daydreamer, this is an important thing that is going on to get the diagnostic criteria. So please share his video if you can on any social media, really. That would be great.